Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me to go over the mapping of the workforce development system in Austin, Texas. My name is Andrea Marquez, and I'm going to talk about why I chose Austin, the various influences and key institutions regarding our workforce development system, and some of those strengths and opportunities that I found in this system. So, why Austin? I actually live in one of the surrounding towns around Austin, and I work for the city of Austin. And so I have a personal interest in Austin, Texas. And I also found that Austin was one of the fastest growing large metro areas in the US for 12 years. Can't say I'm surprised by that. And as of August of 2025, the Austin metro area's population grew by 5.1%, while the city of Austin's population grew by just 0.4% between July 2023 and July 2024. And I find that interesting because it really shows how some of the challenges within Austin are now impacting its growth, resulting in the surrounding areas having larger growth. And some of the largest industries in Austin include technology, including software, hardware, and semiconductors, government, education, and healthcare. The average wage in Austin is $34.32 per hour, and the unemployment rate is around 3 to 4%. So, the other interesting thing is that the declining sector is the retail industry, which is something that seems to be consistent across a lot of major cities in the US. The state and national influences are important to take into consideration as the Department of Labor's Training and Employment Administration sets those guidelines for workforce development and oversees the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act. And then there's also the Texas Workforce Commission, which is at the state level. So here's where I talk about the key institutions, and there's a lot of them. So the City of Austin's Economic Development Department has the Workforce Development and Child Care Division, which, again, I work for the City of Austin, and I recently learned this. So this has been really interesting to me as I found that they have a community technology program, youth initiatives, a day labor program, American Civilian Conservation Corps, workforce development, and childcare. And all of these directly impact and benefit people in Austin if they can access them and if they know about them. And then, as I mentioned before, we have the Texas Workforce Commission, and they have unemployment benefits, some job training, and job boards and career fairs. They really seem to serve more, though, as a connector to other programs and not so much where they offer a whole lot to people. The Workforce Solutions Capital Area has a little bit more robust programs. So they have an upskilling toolkit, which I found really interesting because it's for employers to see how they can benefit from upskilling their own employees and really promoting different ways to provide upskilling and also the various ways that they can benefit from it. They also have 140 plus employer partnerships. They provide relative care, although the relative care is only around $14 a day reimbursement. It's something. Uh, Apprenticeships and training. And then there's also, education partners like the University of Texas and Austin Community College that provide various education and training opportunities. We have corporate partners such as Dell, IBM, Samsung, Ascension Texas, St. David's Healthcare, and HEB, which is a major retail um, employer in the area. There's also the state capitol, and then our nonprofits such as Goodwill Central Texas, Capital Idea, Skill Point Alliance, and Austin Voices for Education and Youth. So I really want to highlight Capital Idea because their program really seems to embody the workforce development system that is needed to help people be successful. They started in 1998 and they serve adults in Central Texas who want a career, not just a job. Their mission is to lift families out of poverty by paying for education, books, fees, tuition, wrap support around participants like childcare and transportation, a career navigator. They connect them to careers that pay a living wage. And what's really cool is they partner with employers to figure out what skills are needed, and then they design programs to meet those gaps. And so they're really trying to break cycles of poverty and build long-term stability. So if I were to be navigating the system, I'd probably start with the workforce solutions, looking for a job board or fair, maybe unemployment benefits, and then I could be connected to Capital Idea, maybe get some quick skills training through Skill Point Alliance, and then possibly access an apprenticeship or employer partnership that could lead to a stable living wage career. Some of the strengths I found were the partnerships and comprehensive supports and such a wide range of programs and entry points. But really, it felt very overwhelming, all of the various systems that just didn't seem streamlined. They were kind of separated, and it was hard to find all of those resources and go through the information without feeling overwhelmed. There's also some equity concerns with people not having the same access and transportation and childcare barriers. And so there does need to be some better access for the people who need it most. So overall, Austin has a strong and growing system, but equity remains a challenge, and the workforce development can move people into middle class jobs, but it definitely requires some intentional focus on those underserved populations. Thank you so much.